Goodbye 2024 and welcome 2025. What a memorable, vibrant and a record-breaking year 2024 was for the property markets in our beloved country, United Arab Emirates. How? The total number of property transactions that happened in 2024 were more than 225,000. The total sales transactions were more than 180,000, which represents a 36% increase. And the total number of mortgage transactions were more than 35,000. That's very huge numbers. And imagine the value of the sales transactions. It has gone higher than 500 billion dirhams. And to be specific, 522 billion dirhams. This is almost $500 billion dirhams worth of transactions. That is a magnanimous performance by the UAE property market. One main question that comes into our mind is, what is the division of these transactions between off-plan transactions, which are also called primary market transactions, and secondary market transactions? Usually over the last 5 years, we would see that the off-plan transactions as well as secondary transactions are 50% each. 2024 was different. The off-plan primary market transactions were basically 67% of the total transactions in the market, while the secondary market transactions were 33%. So the off-plan transactions actually have gone up by 51% last year. And the number of secondary market transactions have registered 14% increase. Why it is such a vibrant year as 2024? The major reasons are the high interest rates, the high rents, and very attractive payment plans that would move the end users, the investors, to move from the secondary market into the primary off-plan markets. The next question which you may be thinking about is, what are the prices going on at the moment in the property markets in Dubai? When we talk about the off-plan market transactions, the primary market transactions, the average price noticed was about 1,600 per square foot. It basically means a 10% increase in these transactions over 2023. As far as the secondary market transactions are concerned in Dubai, the generic price per square foot is around 1,300, which has also gone up by about 12% over the year. So what is selling more? Are they apartments? Are they villas? Are they commercial properties or other kinds of properties? Well, in terms of residential segment, apartment markets are doing the best because of the demand that they have. The total number of apartment sales transactions comprise 82% of the total sales, while villa segment were sold to the extent of 18%. Have they registered the increase in the number of transactions? Yes. Apartments were sold about 42% more than what was sold in 2023, while the villas number of sales transactions have gone up by 21% over the year. A very, very vibrant and demand-led market of Dubai in the residential space. What about the commercial properties? The commercial property for the very first time has showed the highest level of increase, whether it's offices or the retail space. The market showed about 10% increase in number of transactions in the commercial areas, while the land plots were also increasing sale to the tune of 3%. Let me share with you what are the most popular areas in Dubai in terms of primary off-plan transactions or in the secondary transactions. I think there are two areas that meet the demands of end users as well as the investors the most. And those are JVC, which is also called Barsha South 4, and Business Bay. The only exception is in case of off-plan transactions the Wadi Al Safa 5 is also one community that is in great demand. In ordinary words, it's called Dubai Land Area. The exception in the case of secondary transaction, in addition to Business Bay and JVC, is Dubai Marina. Over the last 10 years, I've noticed that Dubai Marina is always the well-demanded and the most demanded area in Dubai when it comes to secondary sales transactions and also in rents. Talking about rents, 2024 was a very demanding year for tenants in terms of rentals going very high, and that's attributable to quite high interest rates seen for the perhaps in many decades, I must say. People opted for renting the apartments more, and that put a pressure on the market and the rents went up. The apartment rents went up by 19%, which is quite hefty, and the villa rents went up by 13%. And the investors were very lucky in those residential units because they were able to enjoy the yield to 8% in gross terms. So a very interesting and lucrative market from the investor point of view. The big question that comes into our mind is there going to be an oversupply in the market in the coming years? My personal answer is I don't see oversupply in the coming 3 years for sure. The number of projects launched were quite a large number, I must say, in 2024. Almost one project each week, which is substantial. But we are still talking about 130,000 units being launched, which is good enough only to meet the local and the international demands of the market. The more important question is how many units were actually completed in 2024, and there were only 28,000. I think it's still quite a modest number compared to the local and international demand that the city has.